Hey,
and
you're
this...
losing your tie.
No, well, now, I've gotten accustomed to choking. Well, I could because I'm retired, mostly.
You're not retired.
Well, I'm close to it.
Ha.
Well, you should not retire. You didn't.
No, I did. For
You've been-
18 years I quit singing.
Well, I know, but you rejuvenated and you started when you were a mere whippet.
I was little, yeah. My mother says at 4 I was singing with gestures. I don't remember this, but that's what she
on
said.
the good
That's
ship.
exactly
No, that was not
it.
you.
Yeah, no, that was not me, no.
We're talking to Peggy King, pert and perky, pretty Peggy King, broadcast pioneers. We wouldn't class her as a pioneer, but by George,
By George.
she was early on, fairly early
Yeah,
on.
the
in
mid-50s
television.
was early.
Yeah, the George Goebel Show. I remember George Goebel special sponsored by GE on their 75th anniversary. You weren't on that one.
No, I was not.
Just on
I
the
had
show
left.
itself, every week, it was a wonderful, wonderful thing to watch. And it truly was. It was a high-rated show.
It was the top show of its kind. They won the Emmy the first year. It was interesting. I was nominated for an Emmy that very first year. Strange.
You remember what you sang on the very first George Goebel show?
Yes.
That's asking a lot.
No, it's not. I sang a record, a Columbia record of mine. I was already with Columbia Records, and I sang something called "Burn 'Em Up." It wasn't a pop tune or anything. It was just a record that I had made.
Yeah.
After that, they got funny about doing my records. They wanted to do classic songs, you know.
Well, now you did, not long ago, you did something for the Red Cross convention. And
Yeah.
that was a hit.
Yeah, well, that was interesting. It was at the Armory, you know, the one on
In Philadelphia.
in 15th Street.
Yeah.
And it was just like a camp show, it was really, you know, they had the ambulances pulled in. I thought maybe, you know, it was like they were afraid of my singing, but you know, there were ambulances, there were nurses, there were people there in full mufti, full uniforms.
Recreated the MASH.
They did, and I finished singing "Oh How I Hate to Get Up in the Morning," one of those Irving Berlin, and a man in the back, a very elderly man, in a full paratrooper outfit, stood up and said, "Peggy, I saw you on Christmas Day in Korea." And the whole place just went up. People started to yell. It was such a wonderful thing to have happen.
Yeah.
That actually happens just about wherever I go. They're around.
Now, Red Cross is turning that out as a...
We're going to do an album. Pretty soon.
You have, you know, for those of us who are a little gray or hair deprived, some of us are both of those things, but you have the ability, by bringing back those wonderful, wonderful songs from the 40s and 50s, you drag out tears. And we're men. We are not supposed to cry, but I do when I hear you do something.
I don't know the answer to that, except that I care about what the song is saying. I mean, I live it like an actress, you know. I mean, I think that's what's happened to today's singing. It's no longer acting. Acting is singing, singing is acting. They go hand in hand. I think there's a great deal more of this and, you know, carrying on than there's no...
I think, you know, we're broadcast pioneers, and we tend more than most people to look back. And I recall, you know, some of the songs from, I think, the good music days. You did "Embraceable You" at the meeting today. That
You
was
notice
from
how everybody just spontaneously started to applaud when I started.
And do you know how that song?
Oh, it has to be the late 20s.
No, it was on a Broadway show, and I've forgotten the name. Somebody's bound to know it, of course. 1933.
1930s.
And you know, it's just as new as it is as it was then.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it still says it.
But I can hear something. If at Christmas time, once in a while, they'll drag out the old everybody's overseas period of World War II. There were 13 million of us in uniform at that time. And along about 43, 44, "I'll Be Home for Christmas."
Oh my!
If only in my dreams. I can't hold it.
I'm going to do it on the album.
I let it go.
I'm doing it on the album.
Sure,
Absolutely.
sure.
And Johnny Pizzarelli and I are doing White Christmas on the album. Yeah, so it should be very nostalgic.
Peggy?
And you're going to get one of the first ones off the press.
Okay, but I really don't stray far from broadcast pioneers in Philadelphia, because this group loves you. We're not all broken down
I love to
old.
sing for you.
it's a variety of ages, and even today we had our scholarship winners.
That
And
was
these,
great.
these were 3 young ladies, 18 years old, and they loved it. I wish we could do a little missionary work and restore good music and get
wish
rid
so
of
too, but I
get rid
don't.
of the big gigantic tweeters and woofers and ear-busting sounds.
Yeah, we're everybody's losing their hearing. I mean, it's just awful.
Yeah, but-
I have no patience with it. I'm sorry to say that. I guess I'm getting to be an old fuddy-duddy.
But we can drag out songs from our age, my age, and they're just as beautiful and just as fresh and meaningful as they were then.
Is there a
They
better
had-
song than "Someone to Watch Over Me"?
No. I was just the
Best song in
lyrics,
the world.
and you do the verses,
Yeah, I do the verses.
and they're all so very meaningful.
Well, some of those songs really can't be done without the verse. I mean, I don't think so. I believe the verse tells you what's coming in this song. It tells you the attitude of the song.
I don't know why we left those great sounds.
I don't know.
The country music is in a class totally different, of course. It's not nearly as beautiful as the songs.
But
that
it's
you do.
heartfelt, at least.
It is heartfelt, and it tells a story. And our music, the lyrics, used to have a message. They were not just a boom, dun, 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 dun.
Well, I'm going to keep singing it.
Do. And I'll keep coming and listening.
Okay.
Thank you, Peggy King.
You're very welcome.
We love
Herb.
you.